we never homeschooled. Our older daughter went through from kindergarten through to grade 12. She's in university now. She's taking a baking course in college now. But our younger daughter, she's 12 years old, and she went from kindergarten through to, and she was starting grade 6 this year, so she went through about a few months in grade 6. But we found that this year she's changed to a new school, and I had nothing against the teachers at all. They're doing the best job they can with what they have, but the problem is we have no control over the curriculum, and there's different political issues and social issues and things that they're teaching the kids in school today that we would not want them to learn at such an age as age 12, for instance, and they're just pushing it on them. They're forcing parents into it. Like, you can opt out of some of these things, but you can't. They don't tell you. You can theoretically opt out, but they don't tell you when they're going to be covering those topics that you don't want covered. So, number one, homeschool gives you the complete control over what they're going to learn, right? And so then the other reason is, in that school, in a lot of schools today, the behavior of the kids has deteriorated quite a bit. So there's a lot of, people say, well, if you're homeschooling, you're missing out on all the socialization, right? But it's not positive socialization that they're getting. It's negative socialization. They're learning bad behaviors from their friends at school. And we went to visit the principal of the school one time just to talk to him. And while we were waiting, there were all these kids coming into the principal's office who were just they were acting like criminals, basically. It reminds you of a prison system that they have running there. That's how the government runs the school, right? It's a brainwashing factory. It's a prison for kids. There's no flexibility there. It's forced on them. They're forcing the homework. They've overloaded them with homework too. And there's a lot of homework that is not necessary. There's a lot of activities that are just not necessary, time-wasting things. And with homeschool, you cut all of that stuff out. You're cutting all of the bad influences out. You're cutting all of the bad curriculum things that you don't want. You're cutting that all out. And you're just distilling it down to just the basics, and then adding what you think you need after that. So here in Ontario, we're able to homeschool freely, and all we have to do is submit a letter of intent to the school board, and that's it. That's all we need to do, and then you're on your own from there. So then you can choose whatever curriculum you want, and it's completely flexible here. Now, not all provinces are like that. Some people have to go with their province's curriculum and submit regular reports to the government or whatever, but that isn't the way it is yet right now in Ontario. We're free to do what we want. So we have got the freedom here, and basically the reason for that is there's a group called the Ontario Federation of Teaching Parents, and there's also the Ontario Homeschool Educator, OCHEC, I think it's called. But those groups, they advocate for homeschoolers. They lobby in favor of open homeschooling. So we've got the freedom here in Ontario because of groups like that, and they do legal defense as well. So that's a good reason there, because we've got complete control. And then again, so the other reason, to get them out of the bad environment that's in the schools today. So, I mean, those reasons alone was enough for me to say, okay, let's try homeschooling, right?